These are the youngest world records in the entire world. At 0.5 years old, a heart surgery was achieved. Huh? Tucker Rosen was still in the womb when he when he underwent open heart surgery in 2013. I acted like, oh yeah, okay. Like as if that wasn't a crazy thing. You're telling me someone went double in to do a heart surgery? That's crazy. At 1.5 years old, a pro soccer... Can you even walk at 1 point? Yeah, no, you can walk, right? I don't even know what the steps are. 1.5 years old, there's no way you're becoming a pro soccer player. Dutch soccer club recently offered Bayerk van de Merge a 10-year. 1.5 years old, he got a pro contract already. I find that a little hard to believe, but at 1.7 years old, an organ donor. Her parents donated her organs to 5 patients after she was declared brain dead. Oh. But at 2 years old, a skateboarder. He's doing stunts at barely 2 years old. 2.1 years old, a billiard player. He's doing 15 balls on a run now. He's doing combo shots, bank shots, kick shots. Yeah, because I know what that means. 3-year-old lifesaver. AJ Hayes called 911 after his father, Aaron, accidentally cut himself with a wood chisel. Ooh. 3 years old, he was like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Hello. At 3 years old, an assassin, an unknown child from Syria directed by ISIS to kill. Nothing else is known. How do you convince a 3-year-old to do? I mean, I guess 3-year-old, they don't know really what's going on. I mean, this 3-year-old did. He called 911. We got one saving lives, and we got one ending lives. 4 years old, nightclub DJ. DJ Archie performed at a Hong Kong nightclub in 2019. He loves drum and bass. So do I. 5 years old. Okay, I know what 5 years old is though, guys. That's kindergarten. So let me think. They can function and do stuff, but they probably don't listen very well. Okay, pro golf, hole in one. Hole in one at 5 years old. Now that's impressive. A parent? Huh? On May 14th, 1939, Lena Medina gave birth to a healthy baby boy at 5. Okay. Also at 5 years old, lots of stuff's happening at 5 years old. A TV reporter? I was just saying how you go into kindergarten. This person skipped the whole school and just went straight to their job. TV reporter? 6 years old, a yoga teacher. Same with this one. You're supposed to be going to school, not teaching the school. Come on. 7 years old, a pilot. What? Why would you trust If I got into a plane and I saw a 7-year-old, I would be turning around and driving or something. At 7 years old, a video game developer. These are some smart children. Also a 7-year-old, a professional painter. Okay, I could see that. Using their creativity. Also at 7, flew in microgravity. Huh? A 7-year-old went to space. Jules Nader got a ride in the first zero-G plane in Latin America. Okay. Serial killer at 7 years old? Amarjeet Sada killed his own cousin, sister, and neighbor's baby. What? Why the baby? At 7 years old, maybe he's just like, I don't like my cousin and my sister. They beat me in Fortnite. But then what about the neighbor's baby? What made you just go to say, I don't like this baby. It's screaming at me. It's crying too much. 7.5, a drifter. Stavros Grillis of Greece is a modern-day track prodigy and has driven since 7. He's driven since 7, but he's 7.5, so he's driven for half a year. Okay. 8 years old, the wing walker. What parent would let their 8-year-old child walk on the wing of a plane? Oh, it's on his grandfather's plane, so of course his grandfather probably, hey, look at my grandson, nada. And then the parents probably, what are you doing? 8 years old, radio presenter. If I turn on the radio and I heard a child talking, I'd probably switch channels. 8-year-old college lecturer, Eamon Raymond. Hey, I kind of like that name, Eamon Raymond. Teaches adult student computer-generated animated film at college. A child teaching like the oldest people. It's not like a high school or anything. A college. 8-year-old got married, breathing fire at 8.5. Gracie Adams of Colorado referred to fire-breathing trick at just 8.5 years old. I can see that. I can see that one. But skydiving, really? I mean, I guess 9 years old. They're ready. I want to do it, Dad. Okay, fine. 10 years old, supernova scout. What's that? Catherine Aurora Gray spotted an exploding star while looking at images of the sky. Huh? At 10 years old, also a live portrait artist. Harris Imtiaz Khan was able to draw a live portrait using charcoal since he was 10 years old. Opera singer, don't even get me started. Jacqueline Evancho even won over the judges of America's Got Talent. Should I become a singer? Hold on. My favorite opera song is O Canada, even though it's not opera, okay? Oh, Canada, our home and native land. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Thank you very much. 10 years old, high school graduate. But it says right here that Michael Kearney graduated just age 6. But what about the 10 years old? Is it 6? He won over $1 million in game shows? But is it 10 years old or 6 years old? I don't. Oh, a prisoner at 11? What are you doing at 11 years old? Anton Wood was 11 years old when he began serving at 25 cents for murder. 12 years old, app developer. You know, now we're getting into like some older ages. I could see some of this until we get to the crazy. 12 years old, astrophysics researcher. IQ of 170. How do they know upper rhymes? Okay, that's impressive. 13 years old, climbing Mount Everest. Okay, I know how bad Mount Everest is because I did it. Just kidding. But I would probably never want to do that because like just from watching the videos, it's like torture, pure torture. Like people's fingers freezing off, like never be able to use your fingers again because the blood circulation is cut off. Like getting to a point where you can like barely breathe. Like what how is that fun? And a 13-year-old did it. Professional chef at 13. Flynn McGarry has worked in top restaurants in Chicago and Los Angeles. 14 years old, nuclear scientist. Taylor Wilson built a device that detects nuclear weapons smuggled in cargo containers. Their parents are probably impressed and she probably made a buttload of money and the parents are like, yeah boy, we're balling. 14 years old, death penalty. What? For doing what? He was executed by the electric chair in 1944. In 2014, his name was cleared. Oh, no. He was cleared? 70 years later, they clear his name. Why are they still talking about it 70 years later? If they're so certain enough to kill him, 70 years later, why would they discover that they should not have killed him? Their parents are probably mad, but actually if it's 70 years later and he's only 14, the parents are probably not even alive. And 16 years old, the Time Person of the Year. Oh, we got Greta Thunberg. And also at 16, we got the Fortnite World Champion. Kyle Giersdorf won $3 million as the very first solo winner. Another 16-year-old was an electric vehicle engineer. He's built a 2000 Chevrolet S10 pickup electric truck. We got a 17-year-old. Oh, now we're getting into like the older ages, guys. You're almost an adult, so you're not even a kid anymore. 17-year-old Nobel Peace Prize winner. I don't really understand what the Nobel Peace Prize winner or Nobel prizes are, guys. I'm sorry. 17-year-old licensed stockbroker. John Wayne Clow earned his Series 79 at the age of 17. Is that even allowed? Why wouldn't they just say, you know what, you're 17, come back when you're 18. Come back when you're legal, you know? Guess he was that good. 17-year-old cancer researcher Angela Zhang won 100K scholarships from the Siemens Foundation for Research. 18, sailed around the entire world. Zach Sunderland completed a solo voyage around the world in 13 months. Couldn't even do it in 12. Couldn't even do it in less than a year. Oh my gosh, we got an 18-year-old NBA player, Josh Primo, entered the 2021-2022 season as the league's youngest player. Now that's pretty impressive. Youngest billionaire, 18 years old, Gunther Lehmann gave his son a stake in German drugstore chain. Oh, I was gonna say, what company did he create? Just passed down. 18 years old, the youngest in space. Oliver Damon. But what about the other person that was in space? Huh? Earlier on. I guess that wasn't space. It's just Sub-Zero. They didn't quite get to the space, I guess. 23. This is older than me. I'm just kidding. It's still impressive. Guys, I actually turned 23 in less than a month now. January 28th. Mark it on your calendars, guys. Oh, while you're marking it, smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already for my birthday. Thanks, guys. We got the F1 championship winner, though. Sebastian Vettel won Red Bull their first title in 2010 at just 23 years old. I bet you Red Bull's happy they sponsor them. 27 years old. Oh, almost a retirement age now. 27. Oldies. World leader Giacomo Simoncini is the youngest state leader in the world. 29 years old, crypto billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried made his fortune by founding crypto exchange FTX. Wait, Sam Bankman, isn't that the guy that went to jail? Yeah, he was convicted of fraud. Yep. I wonder if this was posted before that. 42 years old, the US President Theodore Roosevelt was sworn in after McKinley was assassinated in 1901. And that's you for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, we're just going to slap that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys.